All right, guys, exploring the boot here. So we're going to continue on with our River Road exploring. Day fourth trip. Right now we're on the West Bank side, where we left off from the third trip of the Mississippi River. And this, right above me, is the Huey Long Bridge. Dead center's the train. So this bridge is fairly new. So look at the big, huge supports that support this big, huge bridge. Pretty neat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head continuing east on River Road all the way. We're gonna go through the towns. Let me see if I can remember them. We're going to go through the town of Bridge City. We're going to go through the town of Oswego. We're going to go through the town of Marrero, Harvey, and then I think we're going to call it at Gretna. And the reason I'm doing this, I just want you to see the other side of the West Bank, because the other side of the Mississippi River, everybody focuses on New Orleans, which rightfully so, but there's also another side of the river. And so I'm going to go through and we'll look at some of the different things that you can see along the way. Pretty cool stuff, and see what we can see. So let's go. All right, guys, first stop right across the river. We're over here, 9 Mile Point, kind of Bridge City area. It actually says 9 Mile Point is Magnolia Lane. So let's go check out what we can see here. This is private property, so I'm gonna have to do this from the other side of the fence, and it's a shame because it's such a beautiful place. Years ago, they used to drive back here. I think it was on the other side, and you can purchase bamboo plants. And so the entire drive in, there was bamboo. I'm gonna see if it's still open, but I couldn't even find it. And you can purchase bamboo, and it was just a bamboo garden, if you will, and it was for at least a half a mile or so of bamboo on each side. It's pretty neat, and it was included with this property. But here is a very old home. I got to be respectful here, and I guess, of course, it says no trespassing, but that's the house. So the property's pretty massive, but it's much we can see. But it was neat to see. So anyway, this is Magnolia Lane in their property. But it's very pretty back here, and if you can see, there's beautiful oak trees. I can't get to it. I don't want to be here too long. But anyway, this is Magnolia Lane property right off the River Road. All right, continuing on. So this is kind of interesting here. So the ship parks on the other side over here, and you get the grain elevator. You can see it. That goes way up, goes back this way, and it goes up. And then look, it goes around, and you got all this big equipment that runs the grain elevators. It gets all the different cargo and grain and whatever else that's getting off that ship, and it comes over here. So I know the film don't do it much, but it's pretty massive, and it goes up there and it works down, and then they do whatever they got to do. So yeah, and then back over there is a power plant. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah. So yeah, it's a much different scene as you get closer and closer to New Orleans. Alrighty, keep moving on. Alright, so moving on down River Road, we're in the town of Oswego, and look at this little Creole cuisine restaurant. See the mural on the side? That's pretty neat. So let's walk and see what we can see. I just got into Oswego, so we'll walk around and see what we can see. Alright. So there's this cool mural of I guess it's a fire hydrant. See the dog prints? That's pretty neat. But one of the reasons I stopped, look at the backside of this building here. It looks like it's been here for a very long time. See it? Look at the old brick. Some kind of old pulley system. But yeah, that brick is pretty unique. So some kind of industry right now, power coating company. Okay, keep moving on. Man, that is one tight alleyway. See it? Wow. So look at his murals here. Look how they painted it. And here's the sign, West Wego Company Canal Locks. So, but look at here, look at the backside. Someone did a great job. That's really nice. That's the levee right there. We'll go up there in a minute. Look at a little boat, trawling boat. Catching some fish. That's pretty neat. All right, and here's the other side of it. Look at this. Town of City of West Wego. Oh. So like I said, we're on the West Bank side. You see the tugboats over there? It's like a little, it's a lazy river landing, huh? Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. All right, so here we are. See the tugboats? And New Orleans is right across on the other side of the Mississippi River. And it's a kind of neat little landing here. I've never seen this before. I don't know if we can go all the way across, but we'll look. Look, so you can look over here. They must put, I guess, boats or something they're gonna dock and they're gonna, I don't know. It looks new. Really nice. Look, you can see the high-rise buildings in the back of New Orleans. Vaguely. All right, and that's another scorcher. I think it's hotter than 95. I mean, it definitely scorching. It was a nice little spot to sit. Oh, let's peek through. Oh yeah, it's in the shade. Fowl hanging out. Let's go this way. It's nice. These pretty lights up here. It's a nice little landing. And here's another shot of the Mississippi River. So here's the front of it. The City of West Wego Lazy River Landing. So I would imagine at some point they're gonna have like little river boats or something and you can go to each side of the river. That's very nice. Okay. Check out this very long alligator mural. It's painted on the side. It goes all the way up. That's neatly done. Look, the tail's back there behind the W. All right, moving on from West Wego. All right, guys, there's the Mississippi River, and check out these big, huge ships, Navy ships. There's 2 of them. So I won't be able to go any further down because I evidently got it closed off, but I wanted to get a picture of these huge ships. It's been docked here for forever and a day. I don't know why, and I don't know what they're for, but they're massive. And so you can only go so far, so I'm gonna have to take a detour and come back around. But like I said, we're in Marrero now, and yeah, check out these, look at the smokestacks, how huge they are. That's a big pilot house up there for one. Man, there must be 20 windows across that pilot house. And it's empty. Check out the bow. And that is one big massive door on the side of the ship. Let's keep walking down. And on the other side, it looks like big swimming pools over there. I don't know what that is, but check out this old abandoned building. So right down the street from that abandoned building, also there was a train car in the back of it. I couldn't get the picture though, but it's this unique building. And I'm trying to see what the front of it said. So I'm gonna walk around the front and take a look at it. Yeah, there's a lot of industrial around here. So let's see. Look at the whole guardrail. They painted it. Oh, you know what? It's a bank. It's an old abandoned bank, and it used to be the Bank of Marrero, 1927. It's a nice looking building though. All right, moving on. You know this building's old. Look at this tile work here. Pretty old doors. Pretty neat building. I guess they're trying to restore it. It's pretty neat looking. That tile work goes all the way. You see it? It goes all the way around the building to this side door here, and it continues on. And up there is an old slate roof. Look at those old metal, I don't know if that's some kind of awning or something was held up there, but they're all the way across, like metal pegs all the way across the building. Little loops all the way across. And then look at this old slate roof. Let's go look at this real quick. See, with the caps on top. So when they built buildings back then, they really built buildings. I mean, it's old, but it's nice. So this is the spot that was detoured, and I was trying to come from up that way where the cones are at, barricade, but they must be pouring something or whatever. But it's a neat little sitting area, and this is where the locks are at, right here. But check out this drawbridge. Looks like it's been stuck there for a long time. But that back of it, the counterweight is massive. But anyway, let's see if we can get a little bit closer. That's another one of these locks. So the Mississippi River is over that way with that crane sticking up. And right here is the lock. So we'll get the back up. Let's go back up for our trip. Fall and get hurt. We'll walk on the train track. So what happens, as you can see, I think that's the Harvey Canal, but I'm not 100% positive. So anyway, this canal goes all the way down that way. And all those vessels come through here, and they open that lock, open the gate, water raises up, and then they go in the Mississippi River. So that's it. I wish I could get a better shot of it, but it's kind of a sad trombone moment. But anyway, that's the locks right there. Moving on. What is it, a ghost train? It ends here, and there's nothing there. It just started dinging. You heard that? Alright, so we're in the city of Gretna, and we're right across from River Road, the river. So, but anyway, check out this crazy looking moose. So, over here is called the Jefferson Memorial. Let me see if I can pull it up. So right behind me is the levee in the Mississippi River. So let's go check it out. Little splash pad. My dashboard's reading 100. I sure could use a splash pad. But anyway, I don't know if this is still works. Maybe it's just pedestrian only. But right behind me is the courthouse. And this here is a ferry terminal. And this would be considered the Jackson Ferry Terminal. And so years ago, you used to put your car in there and just go across the river, and you would land on the Jackson Avenue side in New Orleans, or if you was coming the other way. So it may be open, I don't know, but that's the terminal. The cars would need to go that way, and it would come off that way. And let's go see. Let's go down. Well, anyway, so here's a good shot of the city, and here's the terminal. So let's go check it out. I doubt it. It may be pedestrian, like I said, or it may not even be open. I have no idea if it's open or not. And you can see the other landing on the other side. Let me get closer. So no, everything's pretty much blocked off. And so yeah, you could see it. See where it says walk your bikes on the ramp? See if we get on that ramp. Now there's a ferry still open. It's in New Orleans and it goes to Algiers. So we'll look at that a little bit later. And you would board right there. And if you look directly across inside that old building, that's the landing for the Jackson Avenue side. That brings you to New Orleans. And here's a good shot of New Orleans. Look at that little building across the smokestack. And if you look at is a steamboat right over there, and the Mississippi River Bridge, the Crescent City Connection. All right. And there's a sign, Gretna Ferry Terminal. I mean, it doesn't say close or open or anything, so I'm not sure if it's functional or not. But anyway, this is it. So this is one of those areas where you can just come walk your dog, exercise, or just get out, and check out the scenery. But I want to show you this mural here. All right, check this out. And it feels like New Orleans on this side. You ready for this? Look at that mural. Let me see if I get a little bit closer. There it is. Love that. Is that neat? You can use that as a screensaver. That's nice. Yeah, let's keep going down that way. And then they got nice little lights and nice bike path. So yeah, we're continuing on the city of Gretna on River Road. A little bit of info on this area here. I'll just leave it up here for a second. I know that writing is extremely small, but maybe you could just pause it if you like to read it. But I'm gonna leave it up for another second or two. All right, moving on. It's kind of a dead giveaway where I'm at, but before I show you a fantastic looking church, we got to get a little bit of Halloween in. So here we go. Look at the Statue Pro. Check this out. Ready? Halloween time. Voila. I saw that from the street. All right. Let's go across. So, we're probably about, 3 blocks from the Mississippi River. And look at this church. Let me pull in. Was that just fantastic or what? I just happened to be getting out my car. Oh, here it goes again. I think this church is over 160 years old. Let's see if we can read the plaque. Yeah. St. Joseph of Gretna, December 25th. It was dedicated on Christmas Day in 1857. So this church is fairly old. Look at the old plaque on this side. I'm going to give you a good view of the church and all the detail work. But so let's see if we can get around the side here. Okay. So let me back up and give you the best view I can give you of the front of this church. This is just fantastic. So it's definitely well over 100 years old. I think it's 168, but nevertheless, it's fantastic. So let's start at the top. Look at all the detail work. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Let's walk around. I'm keeping the video playing because those church bells, really nice. Something real peaceful about it. Just keep walking. Nice little alleyway. And then look at the detail work up here. Let me see if I can pull it in. Very nice. So yeah, later on I will do another trip on the city of Gretna by itself because there's a lot of history here. Look at the stained glass. Let's see if I can get it. Wow. Okay. And yeah, let's stand out in the street. Look both ways. And yeah, you can look at the levee down here. So yeah, we're about 3 blocks away from the levee. All right, continuing on. So this is a facility where they do the seasoned Zatarain's. You talk about gumbo, etouffee, dirty rice, red beans, you name it, that's it. Get a box of that and add your ground meat and sausage and you got yourself a dinner, a meal. So yeah, this is one of the distributing centers. All right, moving on. That's a big jar of mustard. Creole mustard. See it? See the wrap on it? That's funny. Creole mustard. That is hilarious. Question for you. Where's the rest of the house? Ain't there no more. That is very interesting. Man, look, old school drain system, huh? Look at the writing. That's the name of the street. All right, guys, so yeah. So there's basically if you're covering from the Hupelong Bridge to the Crest City connection. And so that crosses to New Orleans, and then that's basically Algiers, which is New Orleans too. So I figured we just do, like I said, the West Bank side. So we went through a couple of little cities through to Jefferson Parish on the West Bank, the West Bank side of the Mississippi River. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. So stay tuned to the next video, which will be number 5 if I'm not mistaken. So that's a wrap from the boot. Until next time, see ya.